What is going on, guys, and welcome back to John Bones, aka JB. No smooth whatsoever. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. So real quick, I was actually asked why I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. It was funny that I was asked this question only because of the simple fact that I know a lot of people get into the habit of celebrating particular holidays. But for myself, I celebrate it when I feel like it. With that being said, people seem to have this misconception or misunderstanding that you have to celebrate holidays because it's a holiday. No, you don't. Not at all. One of the things that I know for myself, and this is again just for myself, sometimes I celebrate it, sometimes I don't. I mean, it all depends on how I feel. All depends on if I feel like it. All depends if I want to or not. All depends on if I feel as though I need to or not. A lot of people don't seem to understand the meaning behind some holidays as well too. And that's just my basic understanding of it. What I mean by that is, like, of course, if you celebrate Thanksgiving, for me being a black man in America, do you really understand what that means? I mean, if you celebrate, if I'm being honest, you can celebrate or if you know the meaning behind Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is based on a lot of people being killed, a lot of people dying. It's supposed to be a red February or red day, I guess you could say. So it's basically based upon killing. But getting back to the matter at hand, when it comes to Thanksgiving in itself, a lot of holidays are based upon, and just Thanksgiving in itself. Thanksgiving is based upon the Pilgrims and supposedly the Native Americans or the Indians coming to an agreement, setting up their exchanging gifts, this, that, and this third, and them understanding that, hey, you can't have this land, or the Indians giving the land to the Pilgrims, and the third, them helping them understand that they can have certain kind of things, and it being the way that it is. But to my understanding, that has nothing to do with black people at all. Not one. Not one. If this is predominantly a holiday that's for white people and it's for Indians and Native Americans, well, why the hell do I need to celebrate it? If I'm being honest, like, think about it. Why me as a black man understanding that, hey, during this time period, like, we were slaves. During this time period, my ancestors was a slave. During that time period. So now I'm in a situation where, okay, well, why would I be in a situation where I would celebrate something where I know for a fact if my ancestors didn't even celebrate it, or my ancestors didn't partake in it, why would I partake in it too? Especially if it's predominantly for white people, and especially if it's predominantly for Native Americans. That's the treaty. That's the giving aspect. They sat down with each other. They did this. They did that. Regardless of what the situation is, they were taught certain things from pilgrims, as you could say. Were taught certain things from Native Americans, and they used that to, I guess, for lack of a better word, on themselves. So, for me, for myself, like I said before, I can either celebrate it or I can't celebrate it. It's not necessary for me to celebrate something. It's not necessary for me to sit there and be in a situation like, hey, I gotta celebrate it. I gotta do this every single year. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to make a turkey. I don't even have to celebrate it on the actual day that it is. I have to celebrate it on the last day I don't have to celebrate it on the fourth, supposedly the fourth Thursday of the month. I don't have to do that. That's not necessary. Ain't a requirement. Like I said before, but me knowing exactly how it came about and understanding that, hey, this is just something that has nothing to do with us at all. This is something that has everything to do with this country, and this is something that has everything to do with what this country supposedly stands for. Now, mind you, if you're really thinking about it, back in the day, the whole situation with slaves and just this whole Thanksgiving, we were still slaves partaking in Thanksgiving. Mind you, we didn't have to worry about. We didn't worry about the what was it? Abraham Lincoln did what he did. Abraham Lincoln didn't do what he did when it came to supposedly freeing the slaves until damn near 100 years later. And then that's exactly what he made, or made it a national holiday that we're supposed to celebrate, regardless of what the situation is. But like I said before, like this has nothing. There's no point in us celebrating something where we remain slaves during the whole process, mentally and physically. Why would I celebrate something where my ancestors and in some situations even today remain slaves? Why would I keep myself in that same kind of mindset? Why would I keep myself in a situation where like, oh well, I got to keep doing the same exact thing over and over and over and over again? Now, it's supposed to be said that African or people that's from Africa celebrate it in August. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me, because of a certain time period, like, oh, because of a certain day, because of a certain time period, people celebrate it during different times of the month? If people celebrate it during different times of the month, then why is it that it's necessary to celebrate it in America in November? Doesn't make any sense to me. That's why if it's not something constant, then why should it be done? You know what I'm saying? If it's something that can be done in August, or if it's something that can be done in November, or if it's something that can be done last week, why would we put ourselves in the extent where, oh, we have to keep doing the same exact thing, keep doing the same exact thing, keep doing the same exact thing? You don't have to. That's just my opinion. That's just my speech. That's just what I believe in. Like, I don't have to celebrate same exact way. I don't have to celebrate Christmas. I don't have to celebrate Christmas. I don't have to go out and spend money on Christmas. I don't have to go out and spend money on New Year's. Do what I like to do it sometimes, depending on how I feel. It's if I want to do it or not. There's a lot of different situations where maybe during Christmas I'd rather be in a situation where I'm traveling the world. Maybe during Christmas I'd rather be in a situation where I'm opening up a new business. Regardless of what the situation is, you don't have to if you love God, or if you're in a situation, because some people view Christmas for Santa Claus, some people view Christmas for the Christ aspect of it. If you know you love God, if you know you serve God, then what's the difference between you serving Him the other 364 days out of the year compared to the one day out the year where we had to take extra special care to serve Him even more? Does that make any sense to you? No, right? But regardless of what the situation is, this is just my opinion. This is just my preface, and in some situations also a fact too. But you can always look it up if you need to, regardless of what the situation is. African Americans, this is not a holiday. Most holidays are not for African Americans. It's not for it. What I mean by that is, it's not in a situation where we don't have to celebrate it. We choose to celebrate it because it has become so normal for us to do, but we don't have to do it. There's always certain things that we can do. We can always be in situations where we're creating new masterpieces. We can create new things when it comes to different foods, but we can always do that different days of the week as well too. But regardless of what the situation is, and of course we can always try. Let's say let me give you an example. Let's say for next Thanksgiving, how about you try to be in a situation where you're traveling to a different state, or you're traveling to a different part of the country, or you're traveling to a different part of the world. Wouldn't that be more exciting? If I'm being honest, wouldn't you rather be in a situation where you're traveling to a different part than staying inside the same exact spot, or going to a different family member's house doing the same exact thing you can do pretty much any day of the year? That's what I mean by we can go out and eat food anytime we want to. It's not just think about that for a second. We can go out and eat food with our families anytime we want to. If they live in a different part of the state, then that's going to be something different. But if we're in a situation where if we are basically trying to don't be shackled by the mindset where you have to do something. You don't have to do anything. That goes for everybody. But again, this is just specifically me talking to myself when it comes to me being a black man in America. I don't have to celebrate it. Do I choose to celebrate it? If I want to. But I don't have to do it. There's a lot of things that we don't have to do, but unfortunately we do because it's become so normal for us. But regardless of what the situation is, man, that's just what I'm thinking. That's just, and I'm always going to be thinking when it comes to that. Most holidays are tailored towards us continuously doing the same exact thing, continuously doing the same exact thing. But we don't have to do the same exact thing. We can always do different things when it comes to different holidays. Even when it comes to, if you try this, even if you're in a situation where you've stopped spending money, don't spend money on Thanksgiving. Don't spend money, or if you can or you cannot. It all depends on you. But just try something new when it comes to spending money, or try something new when it comes to not spending money. Especially when it comes to Black Friday. When it comes to don't get me started on Black Friday. We're not even going to talk about Black Friday, but yeah, like I said before, like most holidays, they're made to in some way keep being for myself as a black man shackled inside my own brain. So it's made for me to continue to do the same exact thing and not go out and explore something new. And that's not what I don't want to be shackled. Like, I'm like, no, I got better things to do with my time. Freedom of speech. Remember that. Free speech. Free speech. But regardless of what the situation is, man, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I ain't want to make it too long. I ain't want to make it too complicated. I didn't want to make it anything more than what it needs to be. But yeah, that's just, like I said before, this is just something that I was asked how come I didn't. And now you know why. All right, have a good one. I'll see y'all soon. Make sure y'all have a good Thanksgiving. Think with the I. I'll talk to you again real soon. Regardless of what the situation is. Like we gotta get to the point where we doing different things. Like don't continuously do the same exact thing. How about every other year? Try to see if you can get to a different part of the country for Thanksgiving. Try to see if you can get to a different part of the country for Christmas. Why not? Ask yourself that question. Why not? Why can't you be in a situation where you're going to a different part of the country? Why can't you be in a situation where you're exploring a different part of the world? Instead of doing the same exact thing that you don't have to do. You don't have to do. But let me get out of here, man. Like I said before, y'all enjoy yourselves. Or not. Depends on what the situation is. You don't have to if you don't want to. And just try to see if you can do something new. You gotta get out of that mindset. And don't be scared to get out of that mindset. Alright, let me get out of here. Cause I'm hungry. I'm gonna get some food. I'm gonna eat some hot dogs. That's just for myself. I'm gonna eat hot dogs and I'm gonna eat some eggs. It's gonna be delicious too. But yeah, alright. Y'all have a good one, and I'll talk to you real soon. Real soon.